Very well, today we're going to look at this fabulous new rifle from Sauer. It's their 505. It takes over from their 404 range, and you get a fantastic ability to actually change, like on the normal system on a Sauer. It's a modular design, so you can change calibres, barrels, and stocks as well. And what you actually find on the new 505, they've actually changed quite a lot of features on this, and then some of these are really, really nicely done as well. I like the fact that they've lightened everything inside the action. It's an all steel action, but they've cut away sections you don't need, which aren't pressure bearing. They've also reconfigured the top of the receiver here now, saving a little bit of weight. It's scalloped, but also you have the Blaser saddle mount, which is actually fantastic, which is a lot better than the original mount scope system. Very rock solid. Take it on and off and it doesn't change zero whatsoever. You also notice the back, the safety's been changed. They've gone through the cocker, decocker or cocking system, which is the sliding system up here at the back, and very, very intuitive, very easy to use. You literally slide it up and down, push the red button, it comes down. It's totally silent and very, very smooth to use. It's not awkward at all, which is a very, very nice feature as well. You also have the mag lock system, so your magazine will not just fall out if you're pushing the button, which is nice. There's another little safe feature you have there as well. And you get the usual Sauer fantastic cold hammer forged barrels. It's available in 19 different calibers. You can change the stocks, like we said, very easily. Unscrew here and through the forend here. This is the Ergolux. This is a grade 7 walnut, absolutely fantastic. But if you prefer something like the similar style but in sport or in a polymer, you can go for the Ergo Max. Or if you like a thumb hole design, you can then exchange it for the Synchro XT. And if you want to spend a little bit more and get ultra lightness, you can go for the Synchro XTC, which is carbon fibre. And also you can have fluted barrels or standard weight barrels. And so there's 19 different calibers. One feature I also like as well, if you take the stock off, you have the new Quattro trigger system, and that allows 4 preset pressures or weights on the trigger, which is incredibly light. It ranges from 350 grams all the way up to 1250 grams. And you'll see later on how incredibly good that is for making fantastic accuracy on this rifle. Anyway, this is just a little brief overview. We're going to take it out now and shoot our usual factory. Then I'm going to take it out deer stalking for red hinds. And then we'll do a bit more in depth, taking it apart and go through all the features in more depth later on. Anyway, fabulous new rifle from Sauer. Really looking forward to testing this one. Great, well we're in the shed now and we're going to test some factory lead cord bullets and some copper bullets as well, monolithic. And what we'll do, we'll let the rifle cool between 2 sets of shots, and then we'll clean between the lead and the copper just to make it all pucker. But if you want the real full test, then read the article in Shooting Times or Rifle Shooter magazine. Anyway, first up is the Hornaday 165 grain SST load. I fit into the 5-shot magazine here, and as you expect, really nice, super smooth bolt transition there. And here we are at 100 yards. I've got set up with the FX True Ballistic chronograph, which, oh my god, it's just so easy to shoot. I absolutely love it. But here we go, like first shot after 0. 2706. That trigger is fantastic. 2705. Oh, that's consistent. And here, last shot. 2696. Very consistent velocities there on the SST 165s, and we've got the Quattro trigger set on the lowest setting, which is about 350 grams. We'll go through that in the in-depth test after we've done all the ballistics and the stalking. But first up, and that is 100 yards. That is 1 inch or less. Fantastic start. Okay, let's now go and have a look at a slightly lighter lead core bullet, and this is one I really like. These are the Seiko game heads. They're 123 grain bullet, and I like these for small species deer in particular, but we still shoot reds up in Scotland with them. It's no problem because they transfer a lot of energy. They'll penetrate and then they'll dump a lot of energy within the beast itself, and they are particularly accurate. And you can both see here on the 5-shot polymer magazine, it's a one-size-fits-all. Here on the 308, it's obviously got a plug in here to make it feed correctly. And then straight up, and load it again. Right. So super smooth bolt transition, which is characteristic on the Sauer, especially on this 505. So next groups of the Seiko. Should be up on the velocity. Oh, very mild in the recoil. Yep, 2832. 2773. Oh my god, I went through the same hole. Come on, don't jinx it, Bruce. God, this is lovely. Two 2823. Do I look at the group? Oh, that's less than a half inch with factory game head Seikos. I told you they were accurate. That is absolutely fantastic performance on that 505 Ergolux. Fantastic. Okay, carrying on, we've got another Seiko game load here. We're stepping up the ante on the weight. It's 150 gram. You still have the push button here to release the magazine. That's the only thing I'll say. You actually could get right up into it and actually push it. So I find it a little bit fiddly myself. I know a lot of people don't, but at least it's well hidden, and you're not going to actually drop the magazine by mistake. You know, by having a catch that is loose or in the way, shall we say. Anyway, there we go. Let's see how these 150 grain game heads shoot. Interesting to see what the velocities are as well, actually. That Blaser scope is lovely as well, very clear. So beautifully designed stock, no recoil on that whatsoever. 2699. Actually, almost the same point of impact as the 123 grain, actually. Uh, 2685. Last round. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, I went through the same hole. That's 2695, and those 150 game heads. Again, that's probably a 0.85 inch group. I mean, fantastic factory, isn't it? You know, factory gun, factory ammo, below MOA, actually fantastic. Right, we're going to let it cool down for a little bit, and then we'll carry on with the last of the lead cord bullets, which is the RWS DK. Right, we said this is the last of the lead cord factory, and these are the RWS DK, and they're 165 grain. And I hope it's not a kiss of death, but these always shoot very accurately. But to improve on some of those groups, it's going to be very difficult. I know I'm shooting off a rest here, but still very impressive. And some good velocity back from that short barrel as well. Oh yeah, let's relax and just take careful aim. Oh, that trigger, that is just so light and precise. It's literally just what you want. Off the bench here on the first setting, you literally you're on target, you just touch, go. There's no hesitation. That's, I think, why the groups are so tight. There's no hesitation at all. The lock time's super smooth and super fast on this as well. But when we go out hunting later on, I will set it probably to the mid setting because it's quite cold and very cold wind in here in Scotland. So we'll see. Anyway, sorry, that was 2, 3, 4, 6. Quite a low velocity action those DKs. Yeah, 2329. You have to watch the legal limit here in Scotland, which is 2458. So small species only. 2331. Oh, 0.65 quarter-inch group. I mean, that's fantastic going. Excellent. Okay, well that concludes the lead cord. Let's start now looking at the monolithic or all copper, if you have to actually shoot in an area which shoots all copper. These are pretty new to me, actually. These are Hornaday Outfitter ammunition, and these are using the new CX bullet, which took over from the GMX. And the GMX, I actually like the GMX. I used to like the lightweight 30 calibres, but so this is a little bit heavier. These are the 165 grain CXs, so good for, well, boar, I suppose, or big species deer. But I'll be interested to see how they shoot. They've got a nice copper washed case there as well, actually. So we'll have a look. And it looks like a high BC bullet, but we'll go through all the ballistics later on, because this FX will give you the velocities downrange and a true ballistic coefficient. But we'll do that sort of later on in the test, if that's all right. And they're also going to test some the reliability, i.e. taking the stock off, because I've got a Synchro front hole stock as well. So then we'll also take off the Blaser mount, because of course, on this 505, you have the Blaser saddle mount now rather than the old Seiko, the old Sauer mounting system. So that should be much more reliable as well, and it shouldn't shift zero. Anyway, right, let's go and carry on with the outfitters, shooting those CX bullets. Here we go, 100 yards. .25 37, nice. .25 22. .25 12. Okay, well, we've actually just gone away and just cleaned this barrel now to go between the lead core and the copper. I meant to do it before the outfitters. And okay, that group was a little bit larger. That was about an inch 1.15 of an inch. So we'll see actually if these 125 grain ECX lead-free ammo will shoot well. And I like these ECX. I've said it before, a lot of these tests, they're perfect in Britain for small species deer or red deer. The flat met plat really does initiate that fantastic expansion on a monolithic bullet, because sometimes you'll get pass through. Well, you'll get a pass through anyway, but it's dumping more of the retained energy within the bullet inside the actual animal itself, and very humane. Yeah, let's see how they the 125 grain shoot. Absolute pussycat to shoot in 308. Oh yeah, 2882. That's stepping out nicely. You'll also 2860. You'll also notice that flat met plat gives a lovely sort of like a wad cutter, like an air gun pellet cut on the target. Oh my god, that's through the same hole. Come on. 2886. You actually hear the carryover there. It's a high velocity. That's 2886, and that's all recorded downrange, 100 yards. That is 3 bullets through the same hole. This 505 is really impressing me, and those ECX, I think that's a combination right there. Absolutely outstanding. Right, okay, let's carry on now. We've got a Seiko power blade, and that's another lead-free round, and that's going a little bit heavier if you want to shoot something bigger, or bore. Again, don't want to tempt fate, but these are normally incredibly accurate. So let's have a look, but I think you're going to be hard pushed to improve on that ECX. And I've got some reloads after this, after we've cleaned it and let it cool down. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think they're going to shoot better than those ECXs. But let's have a look, we'll see. All right, so here we go. Power blade, 162 grain, 100 yards. Oh, beautiful. 2497, still deer legal. In Scotland, should I say. 2496. Same hole. Come on, Potsy, don't mess it up. .2517. Do I look? Slightly bigger. It's about the size of my nail there on my small finger. I mean, that is just fantastic. Excellent. Right, okay. Okay, then finally we've got the reasonably priced lead-free load from Gecko. It's called the Zero. It's a 136 grain bullet. Interesting design with a little sort of dimple on top. I'll be interested to see how they shoot. I've had sort of mixed results with these, but the way this Sauer is shooting, I'm really hoping it's going to do well. .2686. I said there's not a lot of shift in the point of impact as well on the Zero, 100 yards for all those bullets, which is quite impressive actually. .2706. Then last shot for the, oh my goodness, look at that. Last shot for the day. .2735. Oh, that's just a nice 0.45 half-inch group. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been incredibly impressed with this 505. not only, you know, people go, oh, you want a synthetic stock rifle, you know, bad weather, you know, shoot more accurately, bedding, blah, blah, blah. This shows that this system here, where you can actually exchange it around, you've got a beautiful grade 7 walnut stock. Look how well that is shooting. That is custom rifle grade accuracy for a factory price, and it's just a, I don't know, really elegant, lovely handling shooting rifle. I mean, I tell you what, I'm glad this walnut stock version is shooting so well. I've got to be honest, you know, you get to test a lot of carbon fibre these days. You know, well done for, I mean, Sauer's always shoot well, let's be honest with you, and that, I think that's proved how well that shoots, and that's with factory as well. I mean, this is a rifle you can buy, put a decent scope on it, a moderator here as well, that's a titanium version, the Blaser titanium moderator, shooting very, very nicely, nice and quietly as well, and just get a box of factory, 100 factory ammunition, and you're ready to go. You know, if you don't reload, doesn't matter, this will actually put bullet on bullet at 100 yards. Well, there you go. That's a lovely conclusion to this morning's stalk. It's 167 yards ranged across this field here on a group of hinds, and that's the first blood to the 505 Ergolux. And I have to say, what a fantastic rifle. It's a great improvement, I think, with some lovely features on the 404. We had this grade 7 walnut version. I was a bit careful with it this morning because it's very wet and slippery out there, but we're actually going to take it out again, and we'll put some of the polymer synchro thumb hole stock on as well, because we've got a lot more hinds here to cull on the estate. But we've got some lovely venison. It's shooting fantastically well, as you've seen in the ballistic tests as well, and just a lovely rifle. I mean, Sauer are well known for, you know, their fantastic quality, and their smooth bolt action is just absolutely lovely. Yeah, and this cocker system at the back here is very, very intuitive and easy to use. You know, whether you like it or not, it's a bit Marmite to some people, but it's there. It's very, very good. It's a lovely compact, incredibly well made. I just like it. It's a very nice rifle. It's a pleasure to use today, I've got to be honest with you. Anyway, enough of this waffling. Let's sort out the beast. We'll take it to the chiller now, and then we'll carry on and see if we can get some more deer in the future. Well, there you have it, the Sauer 505. This is the new Ergolux model. Absolutely fantastic looking sporting rifle. Has all the salient features that you expect on the Sauer, with the exchangeable barrels, exchangeable stocks. And on this model, as we know, you have the new steel receiver, new receiver top to take the Blaser type saddle mount. The cocker has been re-engineered with a different release system here. You still have the Quattro trigger system, but that has been slightly modified. And you also have a mag lock system here, so you have a double press to actually let the magazine out safely. And being an all steel receiver, it has been lightened inside, which we'll show you. So what we're going to do is actually take it all apart and go through each feature, like the barrel, the new action, the Quattro trigger, how the stocks come off and on, and we'll take the barrel off and on as well, to give you a real good insight on how the new 505 looks and actually performs. Okay, whilst we've got the stock sections off, let's have a quick look at the new Maglock magazine. It's available in 3-shot or 5-shot. We have the 5-shot extended here in 308s. If it's a Magnum, you're going to get a 2-shot in the shorter magazine, but you can still get 5-shot in the large calibres. Here at the base, you have the traditional push button, but what you have to do now is push in. It won't release it, so push in all the way, and then the magazine releases just like that. It's a little fiddly, I've got to be honest with you, it's a little bit fiddly. I prefer a lever, but putting back in, clips in, almost like a double clip. Let's try that again. Push in once, won't move it, push in again, and out it comes. As simple as that, very, very nice indeed. And it's all polymer, it's a one magazine size fits all, so you have a fill in here, so the 308 is obviously shorter than the Magnum series. Very nice, it's not going to rust, great for use out in the field. Also, with the magazine out, let's have a quick look here. You can actually see now, this is really the heart of the system of the 505. You now have an all steel action, which is far better than the old aluminium actions of old. I've got to be honest with you, it makes the mounting system up here, which we'll go through in a moment, much easier. But to save weight, you've actually got a skeletal system here through the magazine well. So Sauer have actually taken away a lot of the meat of it to lighten the whole action as well. And on the sides, it's scalloped. The top bridge has been lowered as well. And also on this side, it's nicely scalloped. It actually looks very, very nice, and it reduces weight. So it's got, you know, a double benefit there, which is very, very nice. And as we say, as we're talking about the top here, we now have the Blaser saddle mount type scope mounted system, and it's so much easier to use. It literally, you put on the scope here, you get the tension right on it, and you flip it over, turn the locking lugs around, you know, and there you have it. That's, you know, that is as simple as that. Now you've got a scope mounted to the system, which is absolutely lovely. Also of note on the new 505 is the bolt itself. The bolt is now a one-piece construction. There's a little lever here on the underside. Push that in, that releases the bolt. We'll take a closer look at the bolt here. As you can see, it's one piece. The old system used to have a removable head here, so you can change between the calibres. Here you'd have the traditional 6-lug locking system, so it's a 60-degree bolt lift here on the 505. 3 good large size and completely concentric forward locking lugs and 3 rear locking lugs, and they really do marry into the back of the barrel very, very well. And you saw the accuracy. I mean, the accuracy there and precision is absolutely fantastic. It's a very, very nice smooth configuration there. It's not fluted at all, and this one-piece system now really does contribute to a fantastically smooth, I mean, Sauer was smooth anyway, but it really is a smooth bolt operation. So let's pop that back in there. Push it back up here. I mean, that just glides in. I mean, it's just absolutely effortlessly. I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. Also, what you'll notice at the back of the action here as well is the new, well, it's not new, it's the cocking and decocking system. They've just, when I say it's new, they've actually just modified it a little bit. It's very Blaser-esque, so when you cock it, if you want to decock, there's now an inset red indicator here. You literally push that in and that drops the cocker down, so now you cannot fire. It's totally decocked, so if you actually have a round in the chamber, it's totally safe. So you're stalking around, or if you're on a driven hunt, waiting for something to come through, and something comes through, you literally push up and you're ready to fire, just like that. It's one of those systems, you know, you like it or you don't, but it's this modification here, it makes it much easier. It's just so much easier, and it's totally quiet to use as well. So very, very nice indeed. Okay, we're going to flip it over and take a closer look now at the Quattro system, which is the old 4 preset trigger mechanism, but we've just slightly changed it a little bit around with different pressures on it. Okay, now let's take a closer look at that Quattro trigger adjustment system. But you need to take the fore end off to actually adjust it, push in. As you can see, it's very, very easy. Just remove the fore end like such. And there you reveal here a 4-positional preset trigger adjustment, and it's labelled 1, 2, 3 and 4 very easily. Use your tool here, which you have from the buttstock of your rifle, and in position 1 we use a lineman gauge, and we had a setting of 14.7 ounces. Put the key in, rotate to the second position, and now we had a reading of 1 pound 10.5 ounces. If you want it a little bit heavier out in the field, a few cold hands, rotate to the third position, and now we had a reading of 2 pounds 7.2 ounces. And on the final setting, or the heaviest, position number 4, we had a reading of 2 pounds and 15.6 ounces. So there you are. It's a very, very easy system to use. Just rotate to the position or the trigger pressure that you actually want. Absolutely ideal. I mean, personally, yes, I'd like it so you didn't have to take the fore end off, but you kind of everything, and it works very, very nicely. Okay, let's take a closer look now at the barrel. And Sauer are renowned for having fantastic barrels. I mean, they're all cold hammer forged, and as such, the concentricity and the actual precision, not only on the outside, the inside, is absolutely fantastic. The rifling is beautifully formed. And here we have a 308 calibre, and it's got an 1 in 11 twist rate. And that seemed to work very well with all the ammunition tested. Very, very, very nice indeed. In fact, you get 19 different calibres, ranging from triple tool out to 375 H&H or Swiss 10mm. And then the barrel dimensions as well. You can actually, this is a 17mm profile, you can get a 19mm profile, Also the barrel lengths as well. You can get anything from 16.5 to 24 inches. This is the 20 inch, which is perfect on a 308. So you can, as you said, you know, with the system here, you can actually swap in between the calibers, and we'll show you how to take the barrel off in a moment via this typical Sauer system here. Also, I really like the DLC coating here. It's incredibly tough, and when we're out, we've been up in Scotland in the rain and the mud and that, literally just wash it off. It's absolutely no hassle at all. Same on the action. Very, very nice indeed. Excellent barrels, as expected from Sauer. Well, that's all Sauer 505s and the old series. Removing the barrel is as easy as 1, 2, 3. You just remove these Allen bolts here in sequence 1, 2, 3. Lower the locating lug, which is also used for securing the fore end, and then obviously open the bolt because that locks in the back of the, and then twist out like such, and there you have your barrel out of your action that you can exchange for different calibers. You can have a mini caliber, mid caliber, or the Magnum, and then you just need to change. If you have a 222, you need to change the bolt. Obviously, if you've got a 308 bolt face in there, etc., etc., and just marry the two together. Very simple, very easy, and it transforms a 505 into a varmint rifle, to a deer rifle, or a plains game or African rifle. Okay, let's take a little closer look now at the Synchro XT black stock. This is your all-weather polymer stock in the thumb hole design. Very, very nice. You have a lovely, easy accessible, very ambidextrous type thumb hole here. Nice upright position here on the pistol grip, which I find very good. You've got a generous fitting there, even for large hands like myself. And to the pistol grip and the fore end, you have this nice soft touch as well, which is very, very nice. But you do need to keep it clean because it does actually take skin cells off your fingers. But very, very good out when you're out stalking, because it does really grip in any weather as well. Very, very tough. And as we said, it's easily detachable via the little screw here and here. On the XT Synchro version, you have the elevating cheek piece, which is nice, and you just take the tool out the back here, and if you fit it and locate it in here, you can loosen it off, and then you can elevate to what height you want, and then tighten it again, and it's nice and secure, which is a nice little feature to have depending on the height of the scope you're using. And on a saddle mount like this, you tend to have a scope quite high, so you can actually adjust to what you want. Very, very practical stock. Right, let's go through how to exchange these stocks now on the Sauer 505. It's very simple. On this Synchro XT model, you have the quick detachable sling swivel stud here. Take it out, and on the end you'll find the tool. Push this into the back where the pistol grip is. Undo it. We've loosened it a little bit because it'll take too much time. Loosen it off. There's an Allen key in there, and literally the stock slides off as that. It's as simple as that. Remove the tool, so now you've got in pieces. Now you want to take the fore end off. If you look here on the fore end, there's a small aperture. Push the special key in, push in, rotate quarter turn, and again it literally slides off as easy as that. I mean, it couldn't be simpler, could it? I mean, that's a fantastic system. And then you can change from the Synchro thumbhole stock, or you could have an Ergo Max, which is a sporter version, or the Ergolux, which we tested earlier. It's very, very good, not only for if you want to travel, for storage, safety. It's a great feature from transitioning from a nice high-grade walnut to a synthetic stock as such. Well, I think you agree now with the 505 with the Ergolux walnut stock on. It is a beautifully traditional looking stalking rifle. You can get different grades from grade 2 to grade 10 depending on how deep your pockets are. This is grade 7, and the actual figuring, the colour, it's beautiful. It's lovely also as well. You notice it's matched all the way up through the fore end. You don't get, sometimes you have on the fore end, it's not as good as the buttstock, but you get a lovely figuring all the way through. It's fantastic. On the fore end, it's quite a slim fore end, which is Sauers are known for. Beautifully executed checkering, both the fore end and generously put on the pistol grip as well, and a nice rosewood cap at the end, which is lovely, with the quick detachable sling swivel studs and the tool, as we mentioned earlier. Very, very nice system. The overall finish as well is this beautifully oiled, hand rubbed oil finish, which is very, very practical. I also really like the fact as well on this model as well, the comb is actually slightly elevating to the rear. So you'll see in the test when you're shooting, especially in 308 with a 20-inch barrel, recoil is absolutely minimal. It's a great design feature here on the 505, and all Sauers actually in general, they just handle so beautifully, and recoil is directed away from your face basically. Nice soft recoil pad here, and to remove the butt pad here, this time you actually use the tool and actually undo here, and it'll slide off. It's a great system, and as we said, easily exchangeable. You can have the Synchro XT thumb hole version, or the XTC, which is a carbon, or if you like something in this type of format, then you can go for the Ergolux Sporter, which is a synthetic version basically of this. I'm just going to flip it over very quickly because I want to show you the other side, because I love this type of German Bavarian style of stock. It's not really a hog's back, but what you have here, it's just beautifully executed here on the lowered cheek piece there. Anyway, that's enough going on about the Ergolux. I mean, it's a beautifully executed stock, and there you have it. That's basically the stock options on the 505.
I hope you enjoyed, so don't forget to like and subscribe.